Alright, since I have the car apart, I'll show you guys a little bit about the cooling system for my supercharger. So, right now I'm bleeding the air out of it. Alright, here's the water pump. It's a little one, obviously the heat exchanger. But, just some quick notes. From here will be your output, alright? And it will go towards the lower part of the heat exchanger. Then from the top, it will go in all the way around to the lower portion of your cooler. From the top, it will go to your reservoir, and from your reservoir down to the pump. That's the basic setup. All right. Just one of the things to keep in mind is that, you know, my intake tube is gonna go through here to here from my intake, from here to here. So that's why I have this hose going this way, and I have the lower hose going down through over there. So for a better view, this is where they come out at. See my filter at the bottom. You see the feed line going right through under the headlight right here, and then the return coming from right here into my pump. All right. My wiring is a little ugly looking, but it works perfect. All I did was that currently I jumped it so that I can just have the water flowing, but I have a little relay right here, just a typical 4 connection. This is just wiring that I have from previous projects. I just used the OEM relay because I believe they're better than some of those aftermarket ones, with an OEM clip, which you can just typically get from the junkyard. Then I wired it. One is fused. You see the fuse is right there, so the feed line from the battery to the pump is fused. This other one is your signal wire. It comes from the dash. When I do the cooler install video, I'll show you guys that because I'm doing it to my other car. And then I just used a regular ground right there, one for the relay and one for the pump. Very basic, very simple. It works. Eventually I'll be upgrading to a pump because currently I'm upgrading to the 1900 from my 1320. And this is just a quick shout so you guys can see what's going on. All right. So I turned it off and you can see some bubbles in there. My goal is to have it not create any bubbles. So there's still some air in the system. I'll continue bleeding it later and get all the bubbles out. But just a quick overview of the cooler setup, how I ran it, and how it's basically almost hooked up. It's not complete yet, but we'll get to that when I do the actual supercharger install video.